Ah. Well, at least we get our double damage. Thanks, squirts. We can just find a conduit on an even better floor. This is the dream run. Wait, what? So, shield pylon doesn't apparently cheat death from your scoundrel? What? Battlefield. Yeah. Hopefully I'm still aggroing things nearby. None of them are moving. The really weird thing is I think I'm going to need a lot less time for a boss than I did with Devouring Arrow. So yeah, 130 is, if you're going to super fish, 130 looks like a really low tier for this paragon. Because you could win a run where you just stay even, like on the best mob type in the game, because you just get a conduit that gives you enough of a lead to kill the boss. That's how a lot of fishing works. So if you're able to also make lead, you know, maybe kill an elite or two, but definitely just make time off of trash on the best mob types, you're good. My bad. This does look like it's going to be a really long one. One of those ways is a dead end, so that shortens it a little bit. Oh, the yellow followed me. Nice. That's basically what I was getting at, is I might ditch the yellow. But if he follows on his own, then I don't have to worry about it. Hold down here. Still down here. I'll use that. Pylon, power. Ooh. I like the sound of that. And another pack. That might be the last pack. Oops. Now I don't have good wolf timing with it. That's okay. Let's go grab whatever else is near. Good. Watch stuff just get evaporated. Not me, the other stuff. I did end up going with 2 cheat deaths because I did a few runs with the cloud of crits and I didn't notice it. I wasn't looking for it, but it didn't stick out, so I'm like, you know what? This way I can have a cheat death and still stay just as aggressive after it goes off. And maybe if I like crash on the PTR, I won't lose a character, maybe. Huh. Wow, if I had grabbed that any earlier, I wouldn't have had it for that fire. I'm not used to 1 minute conduits, or 1 minute power pylons on this build. Good and bad. Speaking of conduits, maybe we'll find another pylon and finish these guys off. Nope. Chuck Testa. Let's go for the elites. Let the area damage take them down. Stop shielding. That's cheating. I don't get one. Why do you? I mean, I do have 2 cheat deaths, I guess. The only thing that has a cheat death is more lose, and that's only if you don't attack them during it. Is that a jug, or is he just CC immune right now? He is a jug. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on him then. Oops, that was a little early on the wolf. If I find a conduit soon, we could be spawning at like the 8-minute mark or something crazy. Obviously, if that had been a conduit and I find a power on an amazing follow-up, I mean, you got like a 9-minute clear. Jeez, like all I need is the conduit. I don't even need a good map is what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, if that had been a conduit, I don't know if I'd get to 100% in the next minute, but I'd be definitely close. This mob type isn't bad conduit fodder. But it's bad just shooting, so skip. Skip until we get a good map. Stupid speed pylon and not having resource. This was an issue on my last run. Okay, good. We have something else playable. Again, if this had been floor 2 and it had a conduit, easy. Like we'd be fighting the Rift Guardian about now. Move those purple dots over so that part of the room flows down. Watch out for arcane. That was most of the trash in that room. Not a great layout. Here's another good room. More arcane. So many zombies. Beautiful. Oop, wormhole. Go progress bar. Probably the last rotation here. Although, maybe some of that stuff will flow over here. Oh, is there a full life thrall down there? Nice. Moving the purple dot. Probably not the most open place I could find here to fight this stuff. Or to stop purple. 'Cause it won't take too many pulls. Like maybe over here would have been better. Conduit when? I think that's the only pain about walls is when it divides a pull in half. At least it doesn't stop your DPS. Oh, no conduit. That would be a nice GOD thing, though. Just click a pylon, get a missile dampening. Okay, looks like Bolas are kind of unaffected negatively by missile dampening. It's something I was worried about would be that, like, they don't really deal any damage, but it looks like the trash was melting just as easy as usual. But man, for this mob type, I'm getting terrible pulls. Like, I feel like it's been super average. This is probably the best pull just because of these wretched mothers. It's a few percent. Okay, this will be a close one. 3 minutes for boss, and it's Raiziel. And I'm not by an entrance or exit. But there's a secret to this. Just don't let him hit you with his powerful attack, and you're safe. Why are we playing right next to the sand door, though? I bet I could go downstairs and dodge it too, if I want to. I'm just gonna smoke screen though. There's a slight chance that I'll do it twice in a row. But, yeah, seems pretty safe. Also, I'm trying to look at my COE occasionally to see if Wolf is up. I'm like, don't shoot me while I'm doing that. So yeah, I'm probably gonna wait until after his next attack to look. It's not like Wolf is... I'll just cast it. Just 15% damage, but now that we've stacked all this stricken, 15% damage is pretty big. Yeah, this is 2 minutes in and he's almost dead. This is pretty nice boss kill speed compared to GOD standards. Bye. So this is what I'm using. It's mostly GOD Hungering Arrow stuff that I just made a few rolls on. Ideally, I think you go with the bow But I didn't want to like reforge until I got a good bow, so I just used a Dawn that I had been using. But if you use the bow, theoretically, because of the way GOD works, you'll shoot actually faster as long as you don't have 19 or 20% attack speed on your quiver. But anyway, you can actually shoot faster and the hits hit harder than doing a one-handed crossbow. So that would also be a lot more damage if it works the way that I've heard it works. But maybe they were only talking about devouring arrow. Anyway, so I got these shoulders, gloves, ring. I did end up having to roll cooldown on a few extra items. I just switched my hungering arrow to Bolas. Didn't even max roll that one. Reforged until I got a decent quiver. You had more cooldown. This used to be area damage. I rolled it to crit damage because now that I'm not dual wielding, I was really low on crit damage. And rolled stuff to fire. I crafted a Hellfire. I got a awareness and a bifecta. It's slightly better than, you know, running with a flavor of time or an S of Johann, because I don't need to pull things in because that's what Bolas does. And these are my stats. I did run some defensive options. Not doing Boar, obviously, but I did go Perfectionist. Cheat Death, of course, on the Hellfire in this case. So I probably am CCing stuff all the time. If not there, then I have Slow and Chill in these places. But I think the bullet pull's probably CCing them. Also, that's a slight CC. So I think I'm getting some benefit out of that Cool of the Week. Scoundrel, I didn't really put much on. I just made him not able to die, gave him the flavor of time and Nems. This was from when I was experimenting with something else earlier. I had one handy, so I threw that in. Like I was saying, I couldn't really see this cloud and didn't know if it would matter anyway because it would have to like land on the enemies. Although I could move the enemies to it pretty easily with Bolas. But anyway, I just went with an extra cheat death, which I never procced in any of my runs so far, so kind of unnecessary, but just what I chose for this time. If I was actually trying to push for like leaderboard stuff in a season, then I wouldn't use 2 cheat deaths. At least if I had this much toughness.